I would say that we didn't really understand each other and we didn't give room. There wasn't enough communication for us to actually do that. Yes, so I actually wanted a love. I'm this lovey-dovey kind of person, and I wanted so much from wedding. I was so reserved, and I had so much ongoing in my thoughts that when I get married, I was going to explore, I was going to do this, and I was going to do that. So getting married, I was kind of disappointed. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ada Adetunji, that military wife. If you're yet to click on the subscribe button, this is the time to do so. And don't forget to also hit on the notification bell so that you get notified as soon as new video drops. My all-time favorite viewers, you all know already how much I love you. Thank you so much for always supporting and for always watching my videos. And to everyone who's always liked my video, God bless you. Okay, so on today's video, I'm here to share with you my 11 years journey, how it's been all along in my marriage. So sit back and I will share with you all the highs and low moments. Okay, so welcome back, guys. Like you all know, I'm a military wife. My husband has been in the military and we got married almost immediately, maybe a year or two after he left the Nigerian Defense Academy. And another background I want to share with you is that we married while he was actually very young. He was 25 plus as at then, and you would know how it is, marrying someone who you're a rookie, he was a rookie, and we're actually trying to discover life together. So divided my 11 years of marriage into 3 different phases, and I will be sharing everything, all the moments I've experienced in this marriage with you. Was when we newly got married. I wasn't working at the time. He was having pressures from home, trying to get his roots, trying to also be as youthful as possible. I mean, at 25, then he had some of his friends who weren't even working at the point. He had so many of his friends whose priority then was, to go after girls, to go to club. And I would say today categorically that actually influenced the first phase of my marriage because he was now seeing me. This is someone that we've been friends for the longest. He was now seeing me more like I was a threat to his youthfulness. He was seeing it like I was actually tying him down and limiting him from exploring. Kind of, this was the most challenging part of my marriage because I remember a couple of times I had wanted to leave this marriage because sometimes he did so many things that would actually trigger me to leave on. But then I was battling with insecurities at the time. I was battling with my own, trying to discover who I was at the time, and I was also battling with trying to allow him be the youth he was at a particular point in time. So a couple of things actually happened in this first phase. One of those was when I was pregnant with my daughter, October 1st, 2011. I was heavily pregnant because I put to bed 3 weeks after. My husband actually dropped me for that wedding. He was supposed to attend a wedding that my mom attended. It was a family wedding. He dropped me off and he prioritized their reunion, commando reunion, over coming to say hi to my mom, over coming to, he went for their reunion. From the reunion, and he actually left me at the venue. My husband actually forgot me at a wedding venue. Yes, my auntie's wedding. And I was still calling. My husband wasn't picking his call. He wasn't taking my mom's call. At a point, his phone stopped going. And all of this. I stayed there, 11. I had slept. I had woken up. I've cried my eyes out. I remember the security guy coming to tell me that he was going to sleep. This was happening around 11. He couldn't watch over me any longer. I don't want to talk about the mosquito bites. I don't want to talk about how open the venue was. I remember around 1 a.m., his call came in and he sounded really sleepy. I think he woke up and found out I wasn't on the same bed with him. And he jumped out and started racing back. We're staying around Festac Axis and the wedding was on the island. So he left me on the island and went back to Festac Axis. So he came back to the venue to pick me up and I didn't say a word. You know when you've cried and all the tears in my eyes dried up. I didn't have anything to say. I couldn't talk and he wasn't even remorseful. Like I should be thanking my God. he even remembered to come pick me. So he picked me around either 1 or 2 a.m. And that was my story. In this first phase, he was really seeing me more like some kind of villain that was actually holding him back. He wouldn't want to go out with me on for weddings. He wouldn't. In fact, I've stumbled into most of his chats with some ladies. We'll be together in a house, and he'll be begging some friends to accompany him to wedding. His ex girlfriends. Still kept all of them in constant conversation. They will call at any time. Then I will tell him my pleas then was, please just limit their calls, even if it means respect the fact that you have a wife in the house. They shouldn't call you at so time. And then he will ask me, is it me that told you not to have a friend? Ah, this guy dealt with me that first phase of my marriage. There was no rubbish. There was no rubbish I did not take. I wasn't a priority. He made his friends were a priority. I mean, my husband could get up to go to work on a Monday, and the next time I would see him would be maybe on a Friday or the following Monday. He could probably had gone to work. He probably had gone to club or all those kind of lifestyle. And if I call too much, I'm calling. He'll put off his phone. As in, that one is the one that was almost killing me. If I call, next thing you see is he's not reachable again. What will I do? So I started learning how to survive without him. And like my father would say, what should come in handy for me is the fact that I actually needed to look for something to do because that idleness was actually getting me depressed. I wasn't doing anything at the point, and that was a phase, the first phase of my marriage. I had started working, and then came my second child after 3 years. Yes, I started working. This should be around the fifth year of my marriage. I would say around that time. They say by from 5 years up, you would have known this guy. You guys should have learned some things about you and all of those. But then he's a military man. He's hardly not around. And most times when he comes, it's 2 days, a day, a week. He's off. Then most times when he comes, his bars moves. We're almost competing. So this second phase was, yes, I was working. I had my money. I became more financially empowered. Remember, in the first phase, I wasn't working and he had that financial power over me. If he does a couple of things, I'll be the one to beg him, I'll be the one to apologize because I was really not doing anything and I was at his mercy. In the second phase, I mean, if I call him and he doesn't pick, I go way and beyond to get things for myself. I empowered myself. I started going to school. I started going to school. I started learning some skills. To me, in my head, it was actually a payback time. So we started having unhealthy competitions. I mean, this rivalry, this malice was just so unhealthy. I was trying to pay him back for all the wrongs he did in the past, and he was looking at it that was becoming wild. He wasn't going to control me again, so he was bringing in a couple of unjustified competition, and we battled this for another, I would say, another 3 years. As in, it was hell. It was a payback phase for me, and it was hell for my marriage. Then, the last phase is a phase we're currently in now. I think I remembered sometime in 2018. I mean, he came home. We had to sit down and talk. The first time we actually had to communicate like couple, sorry, in a very long time, based on things you like. I've been married to you for over 11, over 8 years rather, and I really don't know anything about you. You do your things, my own, my own, my own, and I do my things, my own, my own. Do you understand? So it was actually a time to, okay, whatever that has happened in the past, in the first part of our life, the second phase, and all of that, I think we should just throw it behind and start modeling our lives how we wanted it. You know, we talked over so many things. We talked over our hurts, how I've hurt him, how he too has hurt me in the past, and the way forward, what you're doing, I don't like. We actually open our minds to being intentional. So this last phase, the phase we're currently on, is a phase of forgiveness. It's a phase where don't sleep with any hurt if you um for me, don't sleep with any anger. This phase we are now is a phase of intentionality. I mean, it's not as if he's not been annoying me or I haven't been annoying him, but we've become a lot more matured. We've become a lot more intentional. Most of his friends are now married. He now has an age. He has a child that is 11 years old, almost 11 years old. He has three children from this beautiful marriage. There was need for him to sit down and start molding this marriage how he wanted it and all of that. And for me too, because I was making money, I had started doing a lot of things that were actually giving me money. It was time for me to actually come down and be respectful and be submissive, you know and this was how we started modeling our marriage. So this 11 years has actually been like this. It's been a roller coaster, but I would say the past 3 years of this my marriage has actually been very, very beautiful. I would say I can't love him less. Yes, if you're my friend and you've been seeing me come out all rosy and all of those, it has never been this beautiful. But we sat down and we've written how we actually want this marriage to go, and we've become a lot more intentional about it. I would say it's been working out for us actually, and all I can say is to the future babe, to more anniversaries. I love you to the moon and back. I mean, if you're a poet, please drop some lines for me. Let me upload and tell him. It's been a crazy whole 11 years, and there's been a couple of learnings, things to learn, things to unlearn, things to figure out by ourselves. And I can only say thanks be to God. So far so good, and I wish for a more beautiful years ahead, my babe. Comparing now and how it's been in the first phase, Zaddy has been the one fueling this baby girl life. I mean, he would say and tell me, that your hair, is it not okay? He will send money for it. You that like, he will send money for clothes, he send money for shoes, he's been the one fueling, this baby girl life. So I would say marriage is not actually rosy, it's not perfect. It's about two people coming together to discover what they want from each other, to communicate more. Someone posted something and I agree totally with it. It's about you trying to learn more. It's about you trying to develop yourself on the go. It's about you becoming intentional about your partner. It's about you communicating, every milestone together. So yes, I agree to this. And this third phase will become a lot more intentional about each other. Instead of thinking of what he's going to get from me, why don't I think about what I'm going to get from him? And it's been going on smoothly for a while now, and I know it's going to keep on going well. Still hanging on here, I'm going to be sharing with you how I met this guy. So thanks for watching, and if you're yet to subscribe, you know what to do already. Please, for the sake of this story I just told you now, it's not been easy. Just don't make me emotional. Just subscribe to this channel, guys. Subscribe, guys, and then I'll see you in my next episode. Bye, guys.